It's so quiet now in the old city of Jerusalem. I'm sitting, oh, look at the full moon. I'm actually sitting next to the Zion Gate. You can see here the Armenian Quarter, which is behind the wall, and Zion Gate is right here. And let's see what's happening now in that time of the day. I can tell you that the room of the Last Supper, which is there, is closed. The Dormition Church, the House of Mary, is closed for a few years because they're renovating that place. But it's still beautiful to visit that area. It's so sad to see that there are so many cars in the old city of Jerusalem. But people actually lives here, then I can understand them. But still, it's the old city. Then let's go outside. That Zion Gate is only from the 16th century, built by the Ottomans, like most of the wall that you see right here. Then let's go together with them. I don't know if you can see the birds there trying to find a place to sleep. Such a beautiful place. I love the city at nighttime. Hello, kitty. How are you, kitty? Yes, true. I didn't know that you will be here. I could bring you some food. Let's look at Zion Gate from the other side. It's such a beautiful scenery. But from here you cannot see a lot. And let's go to that side of the road. And I think you will be able to see a little bit more of it. But you can see here the, oops, almost fell. The walls of the city. And here it is, in front of you is Zion Gate. Nice, isn't it? And I'm almost the only one here. Zion Gate, for so many years, used to be the border between Jordan inside the city and Israel here. We just came from the Jordanian side of the city. At 1948, United Nations declared of two countries. Jordan wasn't part of them, Palestine and Israel, but the old city of Jerusalem was supposed to be owned by United Nations. Sadly, the Jordanian occupied it, and until 1967, this was the border between Israel at Mount Zion side and Jordan, and that's why you can see a lot of bullet holes all over. Then let me show it to you. We wanted to, when we renovated that place, we asked ourselves, should we cover it or not? We decided not to do that because it's part of history. The sign said here that in 1967, June 1967, we actually entered to the old city. I'm talking about the Israeli side, and there were a lot of mines there. Then we have to deal with it. Oh, I can hear the bells. Let me show you where we are now. If that is the old city, then there are four quarters. The Muslim quarter, which is the biggest one. The Christian quarter. I have so many videos of it, and if that's the first video of mine, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I have more than 20,000 videos. The Armenian quarter, which you just saw hit, the Jewish quarter, and we are at Zahi Gate. That area, there's so many things like the Room of the Last Supper, the tomb of King David, the tomb of Oscar Schindler from Schindler's List, the house of the high priest. Actually, there are two houses of the high priest. The first one is just behind that wall, and this is the Armenian option of the house of Caiaphas. But the Catholic one is there. Peter, you cannot see it because it's dark. Peter in Galicanto. In that case, let's visit Mount Zion. I'm so happy that I can be alone here. Mount Zion at the 4th century used to be a huge Christian place surrounded with a wall. Today, the wall is not around the city. I don't know why the Ottomans didn't do that, but there's so many Christian, Jewish, and even Muslim sites here. For example, you can see here a Franciscan church, which is the closest place to the Pentecost room, which is sadly, I must say, as an Israeli guy, not belongs to the Christians. We will talk about it soon. The Dormition Church is just ahead of us. They are renovating that place, and sadly, they are not letting it. Then you cannot see how beautiful it is. But if you look at the Dormition church in my videos, you can understand how beautiful that German Catholic Benedictines church is beautiful. And according to tradition, the House of Mary was here. And according to the Catholic and the Orthodox, she fell asleep because she was sinless. Then that was the house, and that's where it's happened. And then they bury her at the Kidron Valley. Then this is the Dormition Church. It is impressive. Such a beautiful place. In about a few years, they will open it. Lately, there are a million tourists here. That's why I came to here at nighttime, because I wanted it to be a little bit quiet. Then you will be able to hear my voice. Then there are so many Christians and Jewish places. One of them is the Room of the Last Supper, which I will show you exactly where it is. And look like a dining room of a yeshiva. Yeshiva, it's a biblical school. Jewish biblical school. So quiet here. Although you cannot see a thing, this is the entrance to the Room of the Last Supper, which is right there. I cannot even see where I'm pointing. It's the upper room, next to the beautiful window with lights. Then the Room of the Last Supper is the place of, of course, the Last Supper of Jesus, but it's more than that. Because, you can see I'm right. Those are the bells of the Dormition Church. Then it's the room of the Last Supper. It's the Last Supper of Jesus with the 12 disciples. And then one of them, Judas, betrayed him. But he said in that room, eat that bread, this is my body, drink that wine, this is my blood. And then for me, that room is not less than, oh look at this, the moon, oops. That room is not less than the first church ever. And in Pentecost, holy fire went down and people started to talk with different languages. And the message was to spread Christianity all over. Then the message, the reason for that existence of that room for me, it's to tell the disciples, this is the center of Christianity and the first church ever. We are reaching the room at the King David tomb. You can hear the Jews are praying. King David is very important for Christians, Jews, and Muslims. For the Jews, King David is the one who actually took those 12 tribes and turned them into state of Israel, and the capital was Jerusalem until today. And I'm climbing up to the room of the Last Supper, although it's closed, but I think the view of the moon actually attracted me. And for the Christians, Jesus came from the dynasty of King David. For the Muslims, he wasn't the king, he was another prophet, a Muslim prophet, not a Jewish, not a Christian prophet. There's light at the room of the Last Supper, but suddenly the door is closed. You know, I thought that we might have some of, miracle. King David is beneath us. The room of the Last Supper is above us. The moon is above everyone. And at the 15th century, the Christians wanted that place for themselves. The building. The Jews wanted that building for themselves, but then the Muslims who controlled the city at that time decided to turn that place into a Muslim mosque instead of a Jewish place and a Christian place. Then until 1948, the room of the Last Supper and the tomb of King David were a mosque. The Muslims said Jesus is holy for us. He was a prophet. He's not God. He's not Son of God. And King David is another prophet of the Muslims. Then they kick out the Jews as well. Let's enter to the tomb of King David. I won't be able to talk a lot there. It's divided into two. One is the one for the women, one for the men. According to the Bible, there's a clue that say that women cannot pray together with men, mainly because the men or the women won't concentrate in that pray. They will look aside to look for, man or a woman. You have to put a yarmulke, a kippah, on your head, and that's because the Jews are praying straight to God. And Christians, you don't need to put a hat, but because you are praying through a priest, the priest will have a hat. I must say that man's got a beautiful voice. In every Jewish place, you will see a mezuzah. In a mezuzah, there is a scroll that God told the Jews to put it there. Oops, wait a minute. God told the Jews to put it in every entrance. Then that's what they're doing. Then let's be quiet and let's hope that they won't kick me out now. Because at last they have time for themselves without the tourist. That's the men entrance, and that's the women entrance. Then let me put the yarmulke on my head, kippah. Even though you're not a Jew, you have to respect it. The first part is a synagogue, and then half of the tomb in the men department, another half at the women department. And bring back the kippah. And going after the tomb, and I want us to listen to that amazing prayer of the man there. Amazing, isn't it? Now, if you like that video, then please subscribe my channel, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.